Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 19 of my journey through Group Self-Found Keepers of the Flame League. Today, we're going to be continuing with the Poison Storm Rain Assassin. Last time I got it into self-cast, if you will. So I'm using the skill myself, and I have some Ballista Totems to add to some single target, though I'm not getting Wither out of the totems yet, which is what is the goal. That requires my bow to get 6-linked, which is what I've been working on, trying to grind up fusings to link the bow, continuing to level gems, and keep making this build better. I'm also working on trying to get a glove replacement, and I want to try and Awakener Orb some boots. So today we might do some more bossing stuff to try and go after that, and I'm getting a pretty late start today, which I'll dive into as we get going. But before we jump in, remember this channel runs on likes and subscribers from viewers like you, and throughout this league, any new members to the channel, I will add a breach hand to my wall with your name on it. So the first thing I'd like to do today is rework some passives. I was looking around in POB, just kind of looking and see where could I find upgrades. And it looked like this is 6 points for 54 crit multi, which I have a pretty large amount of crit multi, as I'm using crit multi to scale my damage over time via perfect agony. But I have T1 crit multi on my bow, I've got a lot of crit multi on my amulet and on my quiver. I've got a jewel that has 30 crit multi on it, so I'm getting a lot of crit multi, and it would seem that I could get better value out of these points than them being up here. Something that POB is telling me is that I have so much crit multi damage scaling, I would benefit more from some just generic damage increases. So like damage over time with bow skills, he really likes these nodes, including Hunter's Gambit, even though this has Chaos.multi on it, which won't actually scale my damage because of Perfect Agony. Just getting in here for that 25% damage over time with bow skills, POB really likes that. That also goes for damage with hits and ailments against marked enemy. This would be like single target stuff, wouldn't raise my damage elsewhere, but I think that's where I'm gonna go with these points. Marked enemy takes 10% increased damage. For some reason, POB doesn't factor that into my damage at all. In here, I can get frenzy charges when you hit your marked enemy, and with the other 2 points, get elemental damage with attacks, some more crit chance, and 8 all res on 1 with nature. So if I were to pull up POB, I have this set up right now for 10 overlapping beams, no wither stacks, just seeing where the damage is. 2.4 million. So if I pulled out of all these nodes, it drops me to 2.1, put points back here, back to 2.4, and then I get this damage here for single target. But marked enemy takes 10% increased damage. That should affect the poison damage, should it not? But for some reason that's not showing up in here as giving me any damage. And then frenzy charge when you hit marked enemy, and then as a result of that, I can remove Mana Forged Arrow's Frenzy, which will allow me to move the Herald of Agony here. Gives me an extra gem slot for something, but it definitely opens up the Withering Touch here. So I should have just gotten more damage out of that in general. I could technically leave the Frenzy just for making sure I still have Frenzies while I still have that go in there as we go for the 6-link on the bow. That's where the Withering Touch would come in. And something else that I really need to figure out, I need a gem swap for single target for GMP. Now if I look in here at Storm Rain, the best damage I'm likely to get out comes from LE Focus, Awakened Elemental Damage, Cruelty, though I don't think Cruelty would do well. Increased crit damage now is looking a little bit better, but pretty much here it's blue and red gem, but GMP is green. Best recommendation here for a green gem is Hypothermia, which isn't great. So a way I could do that is to craft a white socket, which I could do with Harvest. Maybe that's what I need to try and do for the chest to get something better for single target. And I guess in that case, I should keep leveling my LE damage with attacks. There's a red socket, so that can be leveling, and grab myself another Conch Effect in case that's actually the answer. We'll have one of those leveling as well as an Elemental Focus. I also have an Awakened Void Manipulation. Maybe I could be leveling this. All right. Of course, King's March out of gold. As usual, in here, Sold increased crit damage, volatile dead, and a pair of boots. I really need to clean out my stash and put in a new selection of things in here. My dump tab's been piling up with stuff for weeks now. And I also ended up with a bunch of decent pairs of gloves and helmets and stuff. Yeah, let's just slap all this stuff in the shop. None of it's exactly what I was looking for, but if it's immediately useful to somebody else, you know what, we'll have it in here. And put some of these lower level linked things in there. All those jewels nuts. Another seething fury in there. And then there's a bunch of the stuff that can just be deleted. Yeah, this is all very early in the league stuff. That's not actually good. I think I should take the Awakened Melee Splash. Let's go to a Menagerie. Slap that in here and re-roll it into something else. Re-roll Awakened Support Gem. Okay, should be able to handle this. What do we get? Awakened Lightning Pin. Rip. I do have a lot of scouting reports. I could go fishing for Black Morgan instead of continuing on my fusing journey. Or I could use these to just like go get fragments. This is a runnable Eradicator. Let's do that. Let's do Kirac Missions. We'll get some more breach stuff along the way. No Eater Altars. Really no Atlas passive tree to help, but I've improved the damage. I've got another way of getting frenzy charges. I should have better damage against single target with that node that in PoB is not adding to my damage. Marked enemy takes 10% increased damage. It doesn't specify from hits. It should affect anything. It should be like a 10% shock. But I also mentioned that I would touch more on what's going on with me. And today, or yesterday, I should say, I got the video uploaded and was asleep within 2 hours of that. Back on schedule, how I was hoping things to be. And then I woke up about 4 hours later. Like, okay, like I could get up now and just like go after the next video, see what happens. But then I wound up going back to sleep for a couple hours. Woke up, I saw the Thursday night football game, NFL, was starting. Like, okay, I can watch a little bit of this while I'm getting ready. And then I fell asleep again. Woke up, that game's almost at the end. It's like, oh, I'll just watch the last couple plays and we'll get up and get things going. It's right around the time I wanted to start recording. And then I don't think I saw a play in that game. And I woke up like 6 hours after that. And just like, oh, well, now I'm getting a late start to the day. And that's not what I had planned. Something that I've been really striving for, like trying to be consistent with uploads onto this YouTube channel. And I've been struggling a lot this last week. And a lot of it's just like my body is exhausted and I sleep. And if I get times where I'm just gonna sleep, I'm not gonna like set an alarm and force myself to wake up. Like I take those opportunities like to get all that sleep. Is like my body's telling me that it needs the sleep, so just let it have it. But it's like the third time in less than a week that I've just like slept a ridiculous number of hours in a day, and it's a little bit hard to remain consistent with the uploads on the YouTube when I'm unable to like maintain a normal sleep schedule. So a lot of you guys know this that have been around for a long time, but over the past 8 years now, I've been suffering a condition called cramp fasciculation syndrome. Basically, what happens is I have unconscious muscle movement throughout my body, and whether I'm being active or not, my muscles will just activate, and I'll have these muscle spasms and crazy cramps and just like general muscle fatigue, whether I did anything or not. But then if I am up or around and doing more things, like that extra muscle movement, like counteracting what I'm trying to just normally do, whether it's say just like being on my feet long enough to take a shower or walking around a store for a little bit, that has like pretty big implications on how the rest of my day could go. Like there's a lot of times I can wake up from sleep and be in pain, sore, because like there's just like random muscle spasms happening while I'm sleeping. And sometimes the only way to like recover from it is just to rest it off. If something flared up and I'm having issues. It's not something I like to fall back on, as like I'm trying to exist in this space as normal as possible. As in, like, most people watching my videos like could have no clue at all that anything's actually going on with me. But the truth of the matter is, like every single day, like, I'm battling through like muscle pain and cramps and soreness, and a lot of that gets hidden behind the scenes. And like, I just want to be as normal as I can be in the YouTube environment. Just do the best I can to put out the best content I can and try and be as consistent as possible with it. And I know that trying to hold myself to that level, I'm gonna fail at times. My body just can't handle it, even though I'm not doing a lot. Like, it takes like 12 hours to make a normal length one of these videos. If I spend 8 hours playing, 4 hours for editing and uploading and all the other behind the scenes stuff, like, it's just gonna wear me down in the end. And putting all that on myself each day is probably asking too much of myself. But at the same time, it keeps me doing something. If I wasn't making videos for the channel for you guys to see what I'm doing, then I probably wouldn't be doing nearly anything at all with my day. And it gives me something to look forward to, something to invest my time into, something to work on, given that I'm so physically limited, so unable to do so many things. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is, like, I'm sorry things this last week have been a little more rocky with the YouTube channel, but I'm out here trying my best to fight back from it and keep going. But that's just me. That's It Fights Back. Like, that's what I do. Like, sometimes I'm gonna like struggle, I'm gonna fall down, and I'm just gonna try and pick myself back up and keep going at it. Keep doing the best I can. Hopefully making some fun, cool videos for you guys in the meantime. Synthesis map got me a bunch of gold. King's March can have an hour. And then keep going here. Look for those harvest beasts. There is one. Less recovery rate. Charge steel, extra damage. It's an arid lake. Seems fine. Alright, we got a scorpion. That one's nothing special, I don't think. Bunch of red beasts. Okay, that's something. I think that might be the Watcher's Eye we reroll. We got a snake, some yellow beasts. Well, we're getting something cool here. It'd be crazy if I could just get a Black Morgan from doing this. And then, you know what? All of a sudden, I don't need to farm the Busings anymore. Can't say I'm surprised that just happened. But still, get some beasts. These snakes, they don't stay still ever. Always a pain. Alright, I'm going to take the Mana Forge Zeros out. I want to see if I can sustain the Frenzy Charges, so we'll let them wear off. The next rare enemy, yeah, this is a Harvest Beast. There. 1, 3, 4. So I'm hitting the marked enemy enough that I'm getting those charges. But if there's already a marked enemy, the mark's not going to move. So I can't stop fighting one enemy to go fight another. If that's the enemy that gets marked with the new Ascendancy for Assassin, that's just what I got to do. Okay, there's one of them. So now we move the mark. There we go. It's so much life recovery as well on killing poisoned enemies. Oh, and I still need an Eternal Life Flask. Let me look around for one of those. The reason I haven't upgraded my flask yet is that I have not found Eternal Mana Life Flask, and I have them hidden on my filter. A new marked enemy, and I have Frenzy Charges. So, as long as there is rare enemies, like, I'm gonna have no issue keeping the Frenzy Charges up. This can actually come out. And I guess to just, like, finish the topic off, for those of you just, like, wondering, like, what's going on this week, I've missed 2 days of videos. Today is gonna be a shorter episode. If you didn't know about the stuff that's kind of going on behind the scenes with me, like, I wanted to just, like, fill you in. It's like, this is what I do. Like, I've been uploading to YouTube for over 6 years now. This is what I do, and I'm gonna try and keep doing it to the best of my ability. I'm not just gonna vanish on you guys. I do post in Discord anytime I'm not going to get a video out, but at the same time, like, I don't like to, like, use the excuse. It's like, well, I'm having all these issues. That's the reason I'm not getting videos out. Like, I'm trying to overcome those issues with the YouTube being the thing that I focus all my energy into. And maybe I'm trying to hold myself to a higher standard than I should, because maybe it is a bit unreasonable what I'm doing. Like, if I play a week of Path of Exile, that's like a week of 12-hour days. And while it's not as strenuous work, I end up putting more time and effort into this YouTube channel than most people do with anything. So it definitely is my number one focus with what I'm doing, is trying to make content for you guys. And while I may sometimes fail, I will keep doing my best. Not every video turns out to be a winner either. Sometimes we farm perfusings for countless hours and nothing happens. Just the way Path of Exile is as well. It's a grind. What killed me there? Huh? It just poofed. Could have been a lightning mirage, maybe. I get confused. I have my own lightning mirage. So I got a meta mod on non-unique. Watcher's Eye reroll. Oh, reroll Awakened Support Gem. I have another one. Did I get that in that map? Give me that lightning pin back. Let's try that again. I might have still had this from before, for all I know. Reroll Awakened Support Gem. Yeah. Increase level of non-corrupted Awakened Gem by 1. I have one of those. Awaken Multi-Strike. Well, you have to use, yeah, that's what people, like, you get an Awaken Multi-Strike, you gotta use it. Put 2 red sockets on here, start leveling it, that's the first step. SRS minions go ham with that, yeah. Headhunter and Awaken Multi-Strike sounds like a new build to me. Yeah, I'm just getting started with the Poison Storm Raid. You know what it sounds like to me? It's Vault Double Strike. That's where my head is at. Yeah, that might be where we go with that. All right, gotta check in here. Make sure he doesn't have anything. Or roll in new mission. Yeah, Phoenix. Minus max. Hexproof. Whatever. Do it. See what happens. Let's see. We got Leo. Can remove Hillock from the Syndicate. I don't think we want that. Convert your champ to a Slayer's Smite with Headhunter. Hillock. Influenced equipment. Influenced Scarabs. Yeah, we want to keep him around. Destroy all equipment. That makes a rivalry there. With a Headhunter and Woke Multi, the world is your oyster. +3 Smite, Replica Dragon Fangs. Rank up Chimeria. Rin is over here with Cartography Scarabs. Hillock becomes trusted with Rin moving here. Influence Scarabs. Sure. What are we trying to do? Gravicius to Transportation. Tora needs to get into Fortification. Oh, yay. Minus max Rune. If we don't get hit, there's no problem. Yeah. Damage definitely better. The small little changes I made, absolutely better damage. Just Chimeria. Interrogate. It's a large amount of research. Intelligence. Alright, Phoenix with minus max. Oh, and Shroudwalker. Ugh, that's not good. And hexproof. Just don't get blown up by this. Where's my mark at? Is there a marked enemy somewhere in this map that didn't die? Could that be what is causing this situation? Huh. Very possible, I guess. I also need to be looking out for Harvest, I think. Just for the enchant one. I gotta run that. If it shows up... Ooh. Poison Avoid. It's also Impale Avoid if I wanted to swap builds. But if I want to swap builds now, it's Ring, Helmet, Headhunter, Reforge, Cold to Fire, or something on the helmet. And it's a pain. Also these boots. I'm just gonna do it. See what happens. I get half poison. Yeah, 50% chance to avoid poison's pretty rough. We're wave 8 though, baby. Yep, still pulled it off, but yikes. At least this being a Kirac mission, there is no map mod effect, so it's not scaling up the chance to avoid my poisons. And then, yeah, the boss is just gonna take like 50% less damage because avoiding half the poisons. It's about what I expected. the Tim Chains and the maim that I'm getting out. Definitely helps though. He's slow. Baron, minus max boss damage speed. Do it. Ooh, into thicket map. Nice. I didn't pay attention to the map at all. Annulment Orb, Cornucopia Harvest Scarab, thanks to a Sentinel. That's where all that stuff came from. Level 91. With this level, I could get 10% attack speed for 1 point. I could get 25 crit multi against uniques. Single target damage, solid. More spell suppression, up to 46% damage suppressed. Monsters cannot block your attacks. It's also there. Also go for another jewel socket. This is 5% life ES. So with 1 point plus that point, if I removed it, I could get a jewel socket. I could also, well, I don't have another poison mastery. Poisoned enemies cannot deal critical strikes I really like. I would need to take this 10% attack speed if I wanted poisons. Deal damage 20% faster, which wouldn't change my damage in any way. It would just feel faster. The damage per the poison being applied is the same with that. The jewel socket might be the play, actually. Let's kill Baron first, I guess. Use my withering step. I didn't get the move off. If I wouldn't have been thinking about the withering step and would have just moved, I could have avoided taking that hit. Come on. I need to get him damaged so he stops just spamming. Okay. Move. Okay, that went alright. I was at no XP anyways. I could take Aura Effect. More accuracy, mana regen, evasion, and damage from Malevolence. If I look at POB, tree... So it really doesn't... It can't factor in the attack rate because the way Storm Rain calculation works is with the number of overlapping beams. That's how it determines how many poisons are actually being applied. So if I wanted to show node power, if I did poison DPS... Of course, it's going to tell me that poisons deal damage faster is 20% more DPS. But the damage per poison doesn't change. Show power per point. Yeah, Hunter's Gambit. It wants this. Badly wants this. Damage-wise, per point. Maybe that's what I do. Put a point right here. Get more damage. Harvest. Einhar. Charge Steel. Physis Chaos. Resistance. Crit. Okay. I think my poisons are lasting something like 5 seconds, which is insane. That's something that Assassin lets you do. But that also means that is the amount of time that I need to constantly be spamming onto an enemy to be potentially ramping the damage, not factoring in Wither, because I need a Withering Step. And then, like, the damage will scale a lot. So if I just put, like, 1 poison in an enemy, it's not going to do a lot. But if I can actually, like, stack some poisons, the damage output on this can get really high. Oh, something got me. Oh, purple things on the ground. It's hard to gauge as well against Harvest Beasts because they have, like, damage reduction at thresholds and some weird nonsense going on with them. Oh, of course that thing kills me. Ghosted with a Fizz or a Red Beast. Yeah, that will certainly be able to kill me. And Red Beast continually spawn ads. Finally got it though. Oh, Chaos and Wither resistant Red Beasts. Awesome. Finally got that guy. 38,000 more for King's March. Up to 3 hours. No region. Life, mana, or ES. That poses an issue. I don't think I have a build that can handle that. See if I can figure it out. I'll open it. It is Hunter. I need a pair of Hunter boots anyways. Say I were to drop 2 points somewhere. Could I drop these 2 or Leech? Life and mana on hit. Will that do it? Okay. I can recover the mana. I can't imagine my Leech will be super amazing with Deadly Ailments in. The 80% less hit damage. I feel like if I could just get the bow 6 linked, I think we'd be ready on this build to start doing invitations and like realistically pushing. I would need to make a belt for bossing, because Headhunter is nice for maps and all, but it could just be the life and mana on hit. The mana on hit could be covering. I might not need the leech in there at all. There's a purifier. Right, I can't spray. bow attack. Thing here. Normal attack. Get the leech. Then. Yep. Okay. Move. And that poison. Poison was supposed to linger for a second there and kill him. Maybe I should have waited in the zone. He might have died. I think if I leave before the poisons would wear off on the target, that damage is lost after you die. There we go. We got a belt. What if I remove the leech? Just put the life mana on hit. I do get some mana on hit here. A point in bow damage. Probably okay to get rid of this. I have my clarity leveled so high, I don't think I need that mana regen. And yeah, I mean, at least pack clear, the mana's fine. And I'm getting so many hits out. Yeah, I think that's probably what I need more than the leech. The leech isn't gonna save me, because the hits are so small. Yeah, I've had no issue with this massive breach, with the no regen. I've done some minus max, I've now done a no regen. Kind of solved the possibility of this build doing that. It sucks that with Storm Rain, it doesn't default into a bow attack. So there's no, like, I have to have a button for default attack if I run into the situation where I have no mana, so that I can get a hit off to get the recovery. A lot of other skills will just, like, default into a default attack. So if I wanted to replace a belt for a single target, what I need is a Stygian Vise, level 86, I think, and then I re-roll with attack mods until I hit the T1 elemental damage with attacks. Hopefully it then has life on it and an open prefix, and then I Hunter Exalt for chaos damage on the belt, and then suffixes maybe do something. So there's a lot of damage that could be gained in the belt. Just Headhunter's fun. Drox, it's doable. Run it. Another random betrayal as well. And I'm just like coming across all this random stuff too, and I feel like I'm handling everything pretty well. And that was a Tora. I want Tora out of here actually. Swap with Rin. Rin over here is cartography scarabs. Transportation. I mean, like, this is going for ritual scarabs, swapping for scouting reports and chisels, which I like. That might make it easier to get Tora into fortification, which is where you can get the transfigured gems, which is what I'm really after. I think do that. I really like the chest that was here. More chisels is never bad. Yeah, maybe Tora will show right back up in the intervention. Oh, Corel did. Execute Corel, Guff. Or bring Janice over here. Janice is like transportation, absolutely. So I don't think so. Don't care for Blight Scarabs either, so we'll pull him out of there. Drox. See how this goes. Get the curse. Don't. Yep. And weak to Fizz. I gotta be careful. I think we should be phased. And I'm getting hands. Remove the totems. Just to be safe. If you don't delete these totems placed, it increases the likelihood that the next ones get placed in the middle. So you give yourself room against this boss for him to place spanners not on top of you when he pops back out of here. Poison should be nice and ramped that he'll just die. Yeah. Hitting Shroud Walker in these encounters makes it so hard to keep her from taking damage. So close to failing that one. You got Gravicius. Move Riker to research. That's where you get the Ancient Orb spam. And Gravicius, move him. 84-72 Graph Blood. See if I can make my gloves. This is all set up still. Good chance for resistance. Skewed towards chaos. Chance for speed to get attack speed. I'm looking for attack speed, chaos res, and another resist. I can transform into fire if it's not fire. Prefix wise, reduced chance for mana, reduced chance for fizz. Looking for a life there if possible, but really pushing for suffixes for gloves, and they have to have evasion rating on them. Fire, chaos res with dex. This didn't have the speed. This has dex in place of said speed. So, not quite there. Warlock gloves, cold fire. Fire Cold Chaos, no speed. Fire Lightning speed. Yeah, I've had a lot of this happen. You get life, you get the speed, you get 2 resists that are huge, but I need chaos and fire. If I take these gloves off, I need chaos and fire. So that's what I'm trying to get with speed. Try again. Gloves, life, fire, lightning. Life, all res, fire res, lightning res. Wow. That is crazy. Dex, cold lightning res, cold lightning. Rarity. Boots. Cold fire lightning res. Cold chaos movement speed int. Interesting boots. Got gloves, attack speed, cold lightning, and an astral leather. 2934. Evasion. Okay. And this ring is pretty GG. I would put that here. I'm up in fire all of a sudden. Chaos goes up. Down in cold. Say I converted the fire into cold, sure, which I would have to do. Then the gloves get a little bit more difficult to quite fit in, but I could then go put this ring back on the other character that it belongs on, and then I would have a ring for this build. This is kind of my biggest goals with gearing, is to like replace the things that I was using on another build. That's why I haven't changed the anoint on this either. It's the last 83 provisioning that I have. Lightning Cold Chaos, no speed. Fire Cold Chaos with life. Boots, Fire Cold, and Claw. Try 82. Fire Cold Lightning. Helmet, Fire Lightning, Mana, Attack Speed, Fire Cold. Just won't give it to me. Cold Fire Lightning. Yes, attack speed. Helmet. Triple res. And I'm out of craft blood and wound gifts. So cool. Bunch more really nice pairs of gloves. Just not the exact thing I need. Nor have I gotten a fracture that's gonna make me like, okay, we'll try and roll it off of that. No. What is my chisels looking like? How badly should I be buying chisels? I know chisels is something I never have enough of, so it's definitely a solid choice to buy them. Another Baron. Okay. All right, this time. Wither and don't die. Oh, he's slamming. Okay. It's a good time to build that up. Keep ramping. Good. Fighting one boss with this build feels great. I'm worried about an invitation. Invitation could make things real nasty. I don't know if there's any use for Crusader Convoking Wand either, but I picked it up. Alright. Been going for about 2 hours. This is where I gotta stop. I gotta get up. I gotta go stretch to like help keep my muscles loose, or else there's increased chance that just like the muscle cramps and pain starts building up. So gotta take breaks. Then we keep going. More scouting reports. And none of the harvests have been the Einhar one. That'd be sick. Chimera. Okay. Hexproof. I'm normally trying to get 4 of these 2-hour segments in per episode, but today we're only getting 2. Oh, Varun, cool. I preempted him pretty well there. Yeah, he's poisoned. He's just gonna die now, I think. Maybe? No, need a few more. Cool. Another Cosry's Will. That would do away with Hexproof. And a Chimera. Right. No curses. Just the Hex. But still, so much simpler without the destructive play. Well, I guess having, for a second there, was 5.6k ES. And I can't mark this enemy because the mark is on Chimera still. That feels really weird. A mark on hit Assassin's Mark would just keep reapplying the mark. Whereas the Ascendancy, if it's on a marked enemy, you're not applying a new mark. So yeah, this unique enemy that pops out of here, can't mark it. So in an invitation, I'd only be able to get the mark off on one enemy, and I have to target that one enemy till it dies. If I want to move the mark to another enemy, that's gonna be rough to deal with on this. But having lots of evasion, Chimera's no big deal. Alright, what's next? Kirac? Crops are larger in size, contain higher tier seeds, hexproof, steel charges. Yep, cool. Ooh, Burning Ground. I don't have the Burning Ground immunity on. Still have not gotten myself a flask either. I can change the Pantheon to the unaffected by Burning Ground. I'm immune to Ignite, so I don't really need this. Solaris Latha is nice for the charge recovery, and the charge recovery works better on a Hallowed Life Flask than it does Eternal or Divine Life Flask, because this only consumes 10 charges, whereas the others consume 15. Now, immune to the Burning Ground, and we get this big harvest. Lots of high tier seeds. Gonna get lots of life force and potentially die to lots of nonsense because I can only mark one enemy. Well, if there's only gonna be one rare, sure. All blue and purple. Oh, that's all the snakes. Thankfully, I'm no longer relying on that golem, and the GMP helps so much against stuff like this. Like, when I'm fighting one target, the spread is too much. But when I'm clearing, the GMP is so helpful. Blister Lords, Watchers. Ooh, there's a lot of projectiles happening here. Ah, run. But yeah, GMP helps a lot in this scenario. Okay, almost done. And still one of these chimerals. Sure. It's really nice given that I've done next to no harvest this entire league. Most of my harvest life forces come from my King's March mappers and from trades. IFB, check these babies out. What do we got here? Curse with vulnerability on hit. Anu Ahi. That is huge. No T4 seeds. These harvests are so much more fun than normal harvests. It's such a mess of stuff. It's awesome. It's fun. And for this map, I guess go kill the boss. Nothing else I really need here. And I got an Eradicator. Cool. Worth to kill the boss. Wrath Essences. I've got a few of those. And have a Sacred Orb because that's GG for my build. Alright, we'll need to get that worked in. So on this build currently, yeah, the Headhunter, yeah, the Ring, and the Amulet. So I was currently getting +2 duration gems on this. Did I just get rid of the vulnerability altogether? Yeah, I got an Assassin's Mark instead. Right. With the mark on hit. Okay. But applying vulnerability to everything is good. It's pretty big for the Impale build. And almost 1,000 of each life force from that. Love it. What else you got? Kirac. Harvest. Yes. Monster Live. Yeah, it looks easy. Acid Caverns. Oh man, there's so many things I want to do. And then it's like you get an Awaken Multi-Strike. Well, do you make a new build? And then have to build up a whole nother thing? Or just keep grinding? I could be fishing for more Awaken Gems and more Mavens. Keep upgrading this build. I can go make some Incursion Temples and double corrupt Unnatural Instinct because I have 2 of them. What if I got Corrupted Blood immunity on that? That'd be pretty insane. Hey, Namharim, let's go. Will you stop jumping around? I hate this enemy so much. I've done enough damage to phase it. Is it still running? Do the explosion. I don't even know where it is. Okay, Soul Eater dead. It phased. How crazy is that? Namharim is so finicky. Always. Okay, he's back out. He's jumping again. Somewhere. There it is. I got a Blossom! Yes! Okay. Hey, that is closer to a white socket in my chest. I don't know that I have enough purple yet, though. No. I need Omen of Blanching. My chest is using pretty simple colors to get on necrotic armor. So Omen of Blanching could just hit what I need. And that's probably much more common than the Sacred Life Force. 2 Rare Devourers. You gotta stand on these guys so they don't keep going under. They keep going under, the more explodey balls they put around the whole area. There's so much nuance to every single different league mechanic. We got another one. Janar the Omen. Got it. No Blossom on that one. I like the Syndicate medallions that I've gotten. Gotten pretty lucky with those, I'd say. I haven't targeted much Betrayal. I've gotten 2 now. People are saying they've been looking for that forever. And like the first T4 seed I find drops me a Blossom. You get lucky in some ways and not lucky in others. I've spent a lot of fusings and not gotten a 6 link. But Syndicate medallion, Sacred Blossom, we good there. This boss, I can't damage them both. I gotta target the one with the mark. That's the one that wants to move around. But then I can move the mark to the other one. Get that extra damage. Okay. Just skip the breach. It's okay. And just skip the breach. That's fine. Sacred Blossom, go in. Go kill Oshabi. Oh, right. I think I even have a blanching. Hold up. I do. It's 1 to 3 white sockets on chrome. Boom. Perfect. Ha! Okay. Let's go. So now I have GMP in a white socket that can be easily slotted in with 2020 LE damage with attacks. And then for single target, I can put all my arrows on the target and they're going to deal more damage. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Curse. Curse, please. There, we got those. Then where are we going? So, somewhere up. Yep. Big green hammer. Watch for green phase, big green hammer. That's always the thing that gets me. Big green hammer. Why fight progress is always a barrage of projectiles. Yep. Wonder if I lose XP in here. Okay, we're in green phase now. Oshabi is moving. Going this way. Back out. Big green hammer. That. Purple phase. Okay, why fight progress? This is where we're getting launched with projectiles. They're moving again. Down to here, this path. She out yet? Nope. Okay, we're in blue. Blue has volatile things here. Did Oshabi move? Yes. You can follow along with where she's going through the vines, or you can just kind of wait for her to reappear and find her on the mini-map. Alright, this... Ideally... You break a wall and get out of there, I think. A lot of degen, and I'm dead. No, not losing XP. Perfect. Now, where is Oshabi? Yeah, this whole area up here's got degen on it now. Down here. Alright, projectiles. Those hurt. Alright, oh, we moved again. Where are we going? Didn't see where she went. Way back down here? Watch for a big green hammer. I think that just happened. The Vol Grace. Okay. Projectiles. Okay, I got some damage in for a second. Back up here, right here. Oh, another one of these. Did she dip? Oh, just filling with degen and I can't get out. This stuff's not dying easily. And yep, dead again. Okay. Oh, Oshabi's still in there? Okay, she's moving. To the right. So yeah, if this fight takes too long, you get this room filled with that degen. Will you just die, please? Oh! I thought she should have died there, too. Okay. Stay away from the degen. So close to dead. Okay. Bloodline boon, so Oshabi complete. I got a helmet, and there's my life force. What do we get? Melee Fizz and Iron Will. Then Grove Seed Altar I can click. I could ascend to a bloodline. Primal Owls here. I've been thinking about with an assassin putting off a big ignite and then having an unleash flame surge. With this, something that's been tinkering around in my brain for the last couple days. I could take it. Like, I don't have to use it for anything right now. I'm pretty sure that's here, though. Get base crit of spells equal to that of main hand weapon. Get something big to ignite, and then you do a bunch of crit unleash on high health enemies, and hopefully it's enough to just, like, delete them. Maybe it's also a bad idea. Who knows? But I would probably take these 3 points plus assassination style for the jugular and put something in here. But like, I can't just make, if I make new builds constantly, I never get to like push a build into the T17s and think about Ubers and then I can just swap this back in for GMP. Yeah, on the fly. So the thing I was farming for isn't even what I used to achieve the goal. And look, we get another one of these. Go get more. Harvest. I have to make sure I kill every rare enemy I come across, or else I'm gonna lose my Assassin's Mark somewhere in this map. I really like the idea of Death Marked with the automatic mark on crit, no mana cost, big level 30 Assassin's Mark, marked enemy can't evade attacks, a lot of good stuff there, but practice, it's a little finicky. But then even if I had a not hex touch, mark on hit Assassin's Mark in this build, it should still not cost mana, and it would just be able to apply as many times, but then it wouldn't be as high level, and I don't need the quality on it to generate charges anyways, because I am an assassin. I just generate power charges, is what I do. Jonar the Omen. Okay. I wish I could turn my normal harvests into this somehow. Maybe not the guaranteed T2 seeds or higher, but having the like massive harvest plots combined with multiple different types of seeds, I love it. 344, no blossom. What makes these extremely valuable is that 22 bristle beasts, 19 strike tails, those are all T2 seeds. No T1 seeds in this at all. And that's why it really pops off with the life force. Over 1,000 of each. Ooh, well, there's not much stuff in here, is there? I know. I'll do the breach and then pick up an eternal life flask from the loot pile at the end. Only an eternal mana flask. I wasn't able to full clear that one. Here, maybe this will do it. All these magic enemies with extra mods. Anything here? Divine mana. Nope. Could be in this room. There's a lot of stuff in here. Thing is, I don't want to add it back into my loot filter because then I will find one in seconds and then want to remove it from the loot filter. So it's easier in my mind to just find one, but then I just forget to look for it. Purifier, no regen minus max. Ew. Do it. No regen, I'm still covered for. Yeah, but with no regen, turn clarity off. Give me more life to work with. I guess if I turned clarity off, I would normally have some amount of mana regen. Having this 4 mana on hit when I'm launching stuff that just continually hits things, this should be good. And then I could gain a lot more effective HP, maybe even free up the socket. And it's crazy, I feel like I'm just getting settled into this league. We're finally getting a character that's somewhat decent, put together, got a headhunter, getting crazy awaken gems, and we're like 3 weeks away from PoE 2 League. I think it's coming, yeah, December 12th. And there's a free weekend if you don't have early access into PoE 2. Although life flask, I could upgrade that. Oh, right. I need the ability to basic attack. I need the attack to hit though, and get me enough mana to... Come on. Please. There we go. And I can swap this real quick. There we go. Save the mana. Don't keep spamming. Here we go. Get the curses out. Get the totems going. So yeah, no regen. It's okay. Can do it. Come on, let's go. Next round. Oh yeah, I'm just waiting for the destructive play. Where's the Maven? It's like not actually here. That's Kirac Missions. Uh-oh. Happened again. Run out of mana. Run. Oh god. I get my fragment. That's the big thing. Drox. Alley Reflect. I don't think I can do that. Or at least not on this character. I can do Alley Reflect on the other build. Here, let's see how easily I can maneuver this. Oh no, it was the ring I converted. I converted on the ring. So Headhunter, Amulet. And then how overkill is this ring? It's really not. I guess I don't have to convert it back, whatever it was. That all seems fine. And then I need Painted Armor Scrap. 570. 7, 4, use tainted currency, 8, crafting bench, make 4 sockets, 4 link, force 1 blue socket. You don't want these to be expensive because you have to pay an equal amount of vol orbs. Let's do that. No, that is right. That's right. Life tap, blood rage, mark on hit, assassin's mark, but now everything gets hit with vulnerability. Blood stance, I'll get there. And then Kirac, yeah, go do the Strux. Don't leap slam into giant pack of enemies. Yeah, it's a promenade, so it's a long map. Blood rage and go. I got brutality linked to this. This build is really not going to the next level without a Rislatha's Coil and a Pride Watcher's Eye. That's how this build gets to actually start doing decent bossing stuff. So if I'm getting a mark down on an enemy, I think the next hit replaces it with the vulnerability. So I was using the Assassin's Mark to build up power charges on this, and I've gotten 3 in this breach, so it's working. Dude, breach. No Eternal Life Flask. Eternal Mana. If I changed it in my filter, I'd find like 5 of these flasks per map. There's a Divine. I want Eternal though. It eventually gets to the point where I can like grind enough that I have like 20 quality Eternal Life Flasks just on the ready, and I don't have that yet. Okay, Drox. Like I assume I am not getting... Ow. I do have armor. I'm not getting power charges here. I don't have the stuff to get Whispers of Doom either, but I got my Ellie Reflect capable build. So if I still wanted the Assassin's Mark on single target, I would need Whispers of Doom anointed on this amulet. And yeah, I don't have the gold oils, so that's not happening. Grab these 3 things, swap back. That's not too painful of a swap. I'm not having to swap flasks. I'm not having to redo stuff. Well, let's just try to turn clarity off. Or, no. Because it's 8% damage. Grab a level 1 clarity, put that in there instead. And then find the right balance for it based on my mana regen. One of the hardest things about doing these Kirac missions is sometimes you gotta run some maps you might not be equipped to run. There's some Harvest Beasts, less recovery rate. It's fine. So don't level that clarity up. So I still get to keep a lot of life, and I still got that 8% damage for the aura being there. And it does give me a little bit. So now just spamming, I can still run out of mana, but I do have a regen. Enough regen that it's not, I have no regen. So I think that's good. That is a Soul Eater Red Beast. Oh boy. Gonna have to hit that Withering Step. And being Red Beast, he keeps spawning more. I actually think they have HP thresholds where they spawn more ads. I don't think it's just continuous. Barrack Lynx Alpha, I think? No, that is a Vivid Watcher. The Lynx might be the Yellow Beast. Extra Life, Haste, Aura, Chaos, Wither Resistant. Alright, so that is another Awakened Gem reroll. This is another good one too. I don't remember if this is the level or the Watcher's Eye reroll, but either way. One of the ones I'm looking for. Rex Matriarch. I think that's a synthesis map. I don't know, there's so many of them. It's hard to keep track of it all. That's a big spider. It looks like a split spider, which is definitely nice to have for any of those crazy heist bases. Eternal Mana Flask. There's one. 83, it'll work. Alright, let's see what we can get here. Ideally, reduce charges used or increased recovery rate with corrupted blood removal. Don't want instant. Eternal Flask has 2080 over 2 seconds. Divine Flask with quality, like it's over a longer duration, so Divine Flask is better for instant flask. Eternal is better for like maximizing recovery. So increased recovery rate, that'll fill that life really fast. Then just need the corrupted blood. Reduced charges used can drop this down to 10 cost like the Hollowed Life Flask, but the Eternal Life Flask covers about the same amount of life in half the time. Show me that corrupted blood. Annul it. Nope, dead. 3 charges when hit. What's 7 seconds corrupted blood? Nope. This is a don't get hit build. 14 seconds with 3 charges when hit. Nope. 11 seconds with increased recovery rate. That'll work. Quality that up. So that's 2496 over 1.4 seconds with 30% increased flask recovery rate from herbalism. These ones are the big ones for the flask recovery. What do we got next? Kirac. So I'm just looking for boss maps, harvest icon, or the bestiary icon. Eradicator, Ellie weakness. Should be fine. Yeah, it sucks. I cleared this whole area. I've got my mark stuck up here on a random yellow beast that I didn't kill because I'm just trying to find the boss in this map. Gotta make sure I have my mark available to take into the boss fight. And this character has spell suppression, so not just gonna die to Eradicator on this build. What is up with all... Oh, I guess those are mine. The Headhunter. Headhunter does so many weird things. Seething Fury Jewels sold. Nice. One of those great things about GSF. Like, somebody's buying that and I know they're putting it to use. Rather than I'm trying to maximize the value I'm getting out of said trade. Just hook somebody up with something that they need for their build. Kind of price things based on my interest in using said thing. There's a synthesis map in here for 7 chaos. I'll take that. Why I'm looking. Alright. Reroll. Nothing there. Reroll. Harvest. Not the big one. Next. These blighted maps are good if you get them in here to run, but I don't have time for that today. No leech. I'm not relying on leech. Silo map, barren. It's fine. Bad map for breach because I know it's expanded to over there. I'm not running all the way back over there. Therefore, it collapses. What was this? Oh, it's barren. That means I actually have to fight the boss. Hey, but at least I can't be damaged by burning ground now. I did put that on. Level 92 as well. Where does this... Oh, yeah. 25% damage over time with bow skills. Oh, wow. There's so many rare enemies that just spawned in here as well. Gonna have some headhunter buffs going into this Baron fight. All right. Don't get too crazy with it. Move. Withering step. He moved. Stay behind him. Them chains. He's doing that. Stand in corner. Make it rain. He's doing that. He's dead. Good. 8 worse than death. Getting 2 levels doing Kirac missions. That's good. With some, like, difficult map mods, too. Couple minus max. And that chaos from here. Guardian's challenge card. I've been buying those. Here, buy more chisels. What's next? Harvest? Nope. Nothing. Nothing. Enslaver. No leech, hexproof, cooldown, sure. And since they're Kirac missions, I don't have my whole Atlas tree of extra things that I'm trying to do in the map. Like, go kill the boss. But if you see a rare enemy, you have to kill it because some of them mark. Ah, and then a rare enemy right here. Verify. Yep, that's the mark. Perfect. And do the enslaver. Can't ignite me. Haha. But your ignite also got nerfed, just don't get slammed. That's the one big thing. I'm very happy I got this ailment immune. I feel like it's just missing that one thing. It's one little piece from being bosser and then just start like cranking up the damage however possible. And that is making these totems apply wither on hit. Because that's 6% increased damage taken times 15. That's 90% increased damage taken. So much extra damage out of the wither, and I tried not to use the withering step in a lot of situations because I want to use the frost blink and they share cooldown. Buy more chisels. What is this? Pantheon shrines. Okay. Nope. Hey, Phoenix. Boss damage damages extra chaos. Sure. There was once a time where you found enough chisels that you could just quality every red map you run. It's not the case anymore, so buying them from Kirac, it's a big source of chisels. With Exarch altars, it's pretty easy to like drown yourself in chaos. I missed. No, there it is. It takes a while for the enemy to actually die with Einhard to move my mark. And I've skipped a few breaches today, and oh man, the amount these breaches slow you down trying to get things done is crazy. I think they're rewarding. Yes, it's worth doing them for the league content stuff, but if you want to like blast a bunch of maps, like you gotta have to skip these breaches. Eternal Life Flask, there's a mana one, another mana flask, divine mana. They do show up. Oh, there's beasts in here. If I stay at the door, I won't proc Phoenix. Just deal with this. Ow. Okay. Give me my mark back. There we go. Now Phoenix. And don't get blowed up. They move. Temp chains and maim on Phoenix feels really nice. I'm not doing a big chill, only 10% with the frost blink. The maim on hit, 30% reduced movement speed. That's a very big deal, especially for trying to keep enemies inside of your chains of lightning there. Purchase Minotaur, some more chisels, Harvest of Doublings worth, rewritten distant memory in here. I think I stopped doing that for a minute. Let's do some more boss DPS testing without the GMP. If I replace my belt, looks like I need something with strength on it at least. That makes sense. Headhunter's not great for bossing, but I don't have that replacement yet. And what I want to do, the Echo of Loneliness, this is the one with all the different ailments. Yeah, actually. But later, never came. What did I just turn off? This. Withering Touch in for Focus Ballista. Let them fire at will, and let them wither. I will just keep putting totems down from time to time. Did I get the curses? I should be getting the frenzy charges up, though I can't tell. Oh, I can look around my character. I do have frenzy charges. The beam? Nothing. The saps, the brittle. Chill. Negligence. That's a big explosion, I think? Yes.
Patience is a mercy. You cannot hide from fate.
Oh, this fight is so much easier if you're ailment immune. Oh my god. Spell suppression helps a lot too. Those balls don't destroy you. I got a belt, a skitter belt, Siege Axe, Curry Maul. Don't need to check the rest of that. What we got? 55. Rip. The totems would be so much more effective if I could have the focus blister there too. Oh, I also don't have quality on that. Let me fix that. Bunch of corrupted 23 quality garbage. Ooh, that one's pretty good. Item rarity 20 quality. 23 rather. So I don't have quality on the Bane or Despair. That would be more damage. Try the Echo of Reverence then. This is the big one. I've already witnessed it with Maven. Just gotta do the Cirrus. I don't know I'm ready for the Feared yet. I shouldn't be running these though, unless I'm running the Feared, which feels bad because you want to fight the boss, but... And here come the balls. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. He's gonna warp into the middle, and I don't want to be in that. Yeah.
Frozen in time and space.
Okay, red. I'm not gonna get like super ailment nonsense. Where's the blue one? There it is. Having spell suppression is huge for this fight, and ailment immunity is huge for this fight. The other one's really just kind of fire-based. Let's just stay in the middle. Well, yeah, see the damage? Like, once it gets ramping, oh, the wither was there. The totems are...
Means to an end.
What? He was phased, and then started doing attacks before... Ridiculous. Well, yeah, this stuff can hurt still, because it has hit damage, but I'm not going to be scorched and ignited and whatever other nonsense comes from these phases. Okay, let's go. Ramp this again. I hit the Withering Step. Make sure the curse is there. More Fire. Yeah, that damage ramps. And middle. Right, he's going to keep attacking. Be in the middle of this. Do the thing. This is coming together how I wanted it to. Where is the blue flower? There it is. Hey, totems, let them do their thing. Make sure the curses hit the Withering Step just to get it boosted. Yeah, it's probably better than the Focus Ballista, to be honest. And I don't feel like I'm losing out not having the GMP, so that's working nicely. Turquoise Amulet, Thicket Bow. Lich's Circlet. What do we got? Golems. Let's see what we got on this. It's not rolled amazing right now. Fizz armor. No. All res lightning int. Suffixes aren't bad there. Not crazy though. Next. Ellie with attacks multi. That is what I need. I need that. I need elemental damage with attacks with the multi. Somebody wants a big axe. We'd love to check if this is a better option than my axe if you don't have plans for it. I don't have plans for it, but if I ever wanted to have plans for it, it is like the best. It's so good. 5 exalts, 20 stack decks. See if that's better. And I'm gonna go open these stack decks. Oh, whoa. Using Felborn Ulitol's Kiss currently. The Warcry CDR and exerts. Oh, that's pretty nuts. Kind of too slow for juice maps, not bad for bossing. Baiju, Astral Protection, Primordial. That was a good batch of cards. What is mine? Mine's very fast. And the damage is still there on it. There's just a massive drop out of the tree. Consumes all memory strands on an item to attempt to upgrade the tier of explicit modifiers based on the number of memory strands consumed. There was something I crafted with memory strands. Maybe I can make use of that. And he just hooked me up with 5 exalted orbs. I have use for exalted orb if I were to raise the attack speed up to 13% on the boat. That's just 11. Again, 11. Again, why? Go. 11? Again. There it is, 13. Took all 5. I guess I don't get to exalt the jewels. According to POB, it's only 8% better DPS. Only because of attack speed. I guess the extra exert, like, the Warcry cooldown is crazy. That seems wild. Only 8% damage increase from 0.98 to 1.72 attack speed. Maybe I could inch the clarity a little higher. It doesn't need to go to 19, but what if it went to like 5? Yeah, one level went from 2.9 to 4.4. It's a lot of mana regen. Actually noticeable too. Yeah, level it to like 5. And I guess just finished the latest video. Knew what you needed. I needed exalts. Yeah, it exalts. It's being a creator is weird. All right, one more. Do the last one. Echo of Trauma. See how this one goes. Got a small upgrade. Helmet Immunity I don't think matters as much for this one. This one seems more of a have you learn the mechanics. You can do some crazy fire stuff. And you gotta get him to break these ball things. And yet, getting rid of the focused ballista, it really feels like I'm hitting closer to my damage potential. It's feeling good. It's feeling very good with a lot of room to still improve and min-max. Orb of Intention, I got a jewel. See, that's the problem with these bosses sitting here. I got a jewel. Cooldown with 2 Shaper, power charge on hit, 4 Crusader, +1 Chaos Gem, 6 Hunter, and Enmity's Embrace. Anything I need here? Precursor Gauntlets, Faithful Helmet, I think is a high tier base. Yeah, it's a 73 one. And building around one of these jewels in SSF, that's a big task to try and overcome. That'd be very fun to do. That CDR is disgusting. So good jewel. I picked up a good one. Yeah, 2 Shaper items where if you're trying to max cooldown recovery, yeah, if you're going for a cast on crit build, ooh, get the CDR small node from one of the bloodlines and a Tim Chain CDR Terror Jewel. You will have like 80% CDR. Kind of crazy, like cast while channeling, cast on crit kind of thinking around this Bound by Destiny. It's intriguing, I will say. But I think that's also where I need to stop today. Tomorrow, do a bigger grind day, more focused on fusings, and I would like to go for the double corrupt on the Unnatural Instinct. I like to farm Cirrus, but if I want to farm Cirrus, do I farm the Feared? Am I ready for that? Just keep dialing it in. Still no gloves. I don't think I've even gotten enough Graft Blood. A lot of useful things happened today. Yeah, 81. Do I even try this? Gloves, Fire Cold Lightning, Profane Wand, an Eclipse Staff with cast speed, Arcane Vestment. Give gloves, please. Jester Mask, Life Regen, Helmet, Cold Lightning, Gloves, Fire Cold Res. In a chest. I think it's vendored for Ruler's orbs. Awesome. What about some currency? 2 unmaking. Oh god, I forgot how bad it feels to click these buttons. The currency. But what? That was a level like 72. The last one dropped me 2 unmaking, an alch, and a chance, and the level 72 one drops me all this. But I got 2 levels. Got the white sockets, got focus ballista swap set up, removed some gems, got some passive rework. So build improved quite a bit, I think, today. And I want to try and keep things on as close a schedule as possible, so we'll call it there for today. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon just below the video, or by joining to become a member, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.